It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Chicago Bears and the Tennessee Titans, and it's all up next.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from Nashville. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing right away is Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw is Williams. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he stopped for no gain. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Williams going to look to throw again. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play. Running is Swift. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. So here's a 3rd and 14. To throw, Williams. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Ward. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ward. Swinging this out for Pollard. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Take it at the 37. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the option to give to Swift here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now a carry for Swift. And he'll take this one down to the 36. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Working out of the gun, Williams. And that is incomplete. The pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And this one is no good. He missed it. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Here's Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 9. Here's Williams. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Komet. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Swift, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
2nd and 9 now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Moore. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun. Ward. Throw right side caught by Ridley. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. That's dumped off to Pollard. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This now a 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this might very well have been 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They get a nice throw there on 3rd down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
The tight end in motion right. Back to throw again. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. Operating from the gun. Ward. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tyler Lockett. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are an extra point away from evening this one up. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Up the middle they go. Swift. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a first down. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Here is 3rd down and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's Zacchaeus. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
7-7, our score after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Touchdown! Devin Duvernay from 6 yards away. And the Bears have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Ward throwing to start the drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. In motion, the tight end. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Pollard again. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard, and he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Ward. That pass taken in by Burks. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Ward. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Sly on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. To the air, Williams. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 4. They run out of the gun with Swift. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. They'll try and run here with Swift. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football. But when you got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
Looking to throw is Williams. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Second and 10. Throwing is Williams. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. To throw, Williams. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. And his throw is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Looking to throw. Williams. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Back to throw. Ward. And brought in downfield by Burks. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 36 yards on the play.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Pollard will take it up the gut. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Titans on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Ward. That is caught. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Ward. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have taken the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Slide for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Williams. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 28 yards.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Four yards to go on second down from the 7. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Now the point after try for Santos. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Ward now, throwing to start the drive. He finds his man, Pollard. And he goes out right around the 39. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Ward. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second and 14. And he fends him off. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he returns this to the 22. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
To throw is Ward, operating from the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. Returning right back to Lockett. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
This from 44 yards out, left hash.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will tie us at 24 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Now Williams throwing to start the drive. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Swift.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
To throw, it's Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Williams. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Williams. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have broken the tie.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Santos now to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off play action. Ward. This one caught by Ridley. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Ward. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
The visitors' offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field.
The Bears' offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their... Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ward throwing to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Operating from the gun, Ward.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Ward. It's complete, Burks. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Second and a couple. Off the bootleg, it's Williams. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's a handoff to Swift. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off the bootleg. Ward. A quick throw there is incomplete. Traylon Burks, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Looking to throw. Ward. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but they can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Operating from the gun. Ward. Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jervon Dexter forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw. Ward. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ward. And his throw here's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Ward. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Ward. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Pollard. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Titans put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Open man is Duvernay. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second. This is a 1-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Williams. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 28. 11 yards for number 11.
From the gun, here's Swift. Cody Barton there to bring him down. Second and 5.
They go quickly here out to Moore. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Here's Swift.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Johnson will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now the point after try for Santos. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense and veteran Tyler Lockett ready to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Dayo Odengbo able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now a give right side Swift.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Play action. Now Williams.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now the Titans down by 7, a little under a minute to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He's back to throw. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here comes 2nd down at 5. They'll look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Nashville, good night, everybody.